Okay, let's run.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
It's a quest. It's a quest for fun.
Well, The Rock says, why don't we just cut right to the chase?
Okay, now he wants to get together. Well, he wants to talk.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
It's showtime, folks!
What are you?
Greetings, salutations. This is, and I quote, a weekly show where you choose to some of the best creators, excuse me, from all over the world, and we find out more about them by taking your questions. I'm your host, Ron of And I Quote Channel, and our guest on this episode, oh my dear goodness, are we excited about this one? So just to give you a little bit of a hint about what you're in for tonight. Coincidentally enough, with a new movie debuting in theaters this weekend, we feel it was appropriate before we formally introduce our guest to share this with you just really quick. So take a look-see. Yeah, that's right. Shiva herself from Mortal Kombat Annihilation, among others, of course, is here. Marjean Holden is here. Marjean, welcome, my darling. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, we're fine. We're all
fabulous.
Fine. We're all fine here. Now, thank you. How are you? There's a line for you, and since we're going to be talking about this among other properties. I dressed appropriately, guys. I'm wearing an original 1995 Mortal Kombat, the original movie, because it's a masterpiece. Shirt to represent the fandom tonight. And congratulations to the cast and crew of the upcoming film that just dropped in theaters, Mortal Kombat 2. We wish them all the best. Judge Dredd playing Johnny Cage. Carl Urban's thrown into the mix. That's going to be
come on. Yeah.
That's going to be really interesting, especially when he drops so many funny lines in the trailer. Not the face.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, goodness gracious. But anywho.
Yeah, see, everybody wants in on the franchise,
Even Judge Dredd.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Yeah. Honestly, what is it, Carl? Is there any fandom you haven't dipped your toes in? Because you've been in every single cinematic universe for the last 30 years, which is insane. From Lord of the Rings to DC to Marvel. To
right.
Everything in between. I'm just amazed. And congrats to him. It should be fun seeing how he's going to do.
See how he does in this one, yeah.
I'm excited. We're excited that Marjean is here. We're also happy that you are here, maybe watching or listening to this right now. So do yourselves a favor. Do not forget to like and share. If you're watching us live on our replay, thank you for doing so. If you have any questions for the guest of honor, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. More than happy to take those as they come in, respectively. With that being said, since we've been talking about different properties in the green room and outside of the green room, Marjean, what would you say were some of your favorite movies, past or present?
Favorite movies, like just in general? Past or present?
Yeah, well, past or present. Could have been something you watched as a kid, maybe something you saw recently as an adult. Doesn't matter.
Okay. So my all-time favorite movie is Field of Dreams. That's always been like my favorite. Like, just absolutely love that movie. What else? Where'd you go? Where are you?
No, I'm still here.
Where'd you go?
No, I'm sorry. I'm still here. It's just that when I ask a question, I always, I give my.
I was like, well, that was a shock.
No,
that was a shock.
I just give my.
Are you ready for your close-up?
Well, yes,
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
There's a quote. I just put my guests full screen when I'm allowing them to answer the question because I wanted the attention to be on my guests, not on me.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Very nice of you. My current favorite movie right now is F1.
Brad Pitt. Okay.
Absolutely love that movie. My two favorite movies from the last couple of years have been F1 and Gran Turismo. Mm-hmm. Yes, they've been car movies. And normally I like the sports movies, but this is sport in a different way. So, yeah, those have been my favorites. Big time.
Mix. Field of Dreams is in my top 3, top 5, hands down.
Absolutely, hands down.
I didn't see the film until much later in my life, but I'm very thankful that I did because my dad, God rest his soul, that was one of his favorite movies. Now, he was more of a fan of The Natural with Robert Redford.
The Natural, amazing as well.
Go pick me on a winner, Bobby. Yeah, go pick me on a winner, Bobby. But
that's
anyway,
great.
Yeah,
love that movie.
Gorgeous movie.
Yeah, that's my generation. Like that came out when I was. I think The Natural came out when I was was I in college?
I think it was.
Yeah, it was. It was back in the day.
Yeah,
It was a while back. I might even have been in high school when it came out, or earlier. I don't know. It was a while ago.
It's all right. We're all still young at heart here, folks.
That's right, we are.
Yeah, my dad loved The Natural, but Field of Dreams definitely stood out in his mind. Now, granted, I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch Field of Dreams, nor did I watch The Natural with him while he was with us.
Right.
But I did see him after he passed away, and now I understand why those movies meant so much to him and why he enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Because he's, at the time, he's always been a sports fan, and he liked baseball. He coached
Yeah,
my brother.
yeah.
He took us to the Orioles games. What's up, Baltimore Orioles fans? Go O's, as they say.
Go O's. Go
And
O's.
he would take us to Camden Yards. We would hang out, grab, get the ballpark hot dogs, get the ballpark fries,
Right.
the Pepsi Cola,
You got to do it.
whatever
You
it
gotta
is,
do it.
whatever Baltimore was sponsored by at the time. And it was something. It was something. It was. So yeah, but Field of Dreams, oh my gosh. I've rewatched that movie so many times.
So many times.
It's Terrence Mann.
So many
How
times.
do you do? I'm the Easter Bunny.
Yeah. It's
Ray,
like
you
you
have
just
no
have
money.
to. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And funny enough, like one of my favorite sports movies was also a Kevin Costner movie, Draft Day.
Oh yeah, the football one. Yeah.
The football one. It was
Yeah.
it was fast. It was actually fascinating to me
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, oh, I've never I've never watched the draft or anything. And when I
Mhm.
watched that movie, I was like, oh, this is really interesting. It was really interesting to me.
Yep. The backroom politics.
Yep.
Yeah. The backroom politics. And the funny
Yeah.
thing was, one of my favorite actors, because I watched the show when he was on it originally, Tom Welling was in that as one of the disgruntled football players, and he played Clark Kent on Smallville.
Right. Yes.
My number one favorite TV series of all time, because I'm a big Superman fan, with all due respect. So Smallville's
I
my
see, I
bread,
see.
it's my butter, it's the
Right.
nucleus that stirs the drink. You're the Mayana. So, and it helped me through it. At the time, it helped me through a difficult period in my life. So thank you, Smallville. Love you guys. And we'll be hanging out with them too here in a couple of weeks. We're going to be hanging out with the cast of Smallville at Fan Expo in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the end of May.
Right on.
So that's going to be more phenomenal, right, Billy? Yeah, that's right. There's our Power
That's
Rangers
right.
reference for the night. But
That's right.
great movies, great movies. What would you say are some of your favorite TV series, though, past or present? Anything stand out?
Ooh. Well, I mean, growing up, I was a kid from the 60s. So growing up, it was all the Batmans and the original Batman, Star Trek in the 70s, Lost in Space,
Danger,
the
Will Robinson.
Jetsons. They were always the favorites. And let's see, currently, let's see, what did I just watch? Comedy, Schitt's
Okay.
Creek.
Oh.
Schitt's Creek. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I laughed. And it was clever. It was so clever, and the writing was great, and it was that was super great to me. Funny. It's like I'm part of the Television Academy, so I have to watch a lot of this stuff to vote for the Emmys. And let me just think, oh my God, there's just been so many. Sheesh.
I know. So many shows, so little
There's
time.
so many shows.
Yeah.
There really are.
I remember watching reruns of a lot of those. Jetsons, The Munsters, Addams Family.
Yes, Addams Family.
What was the other one from the 80s? Alf. Alf was another one.
Yep.
Alien Life Form, which I believe is what that acronym
Yes.
stands for. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I grew up on that. Grew up on reruns of what was it? Full House was another one.
Full House,
That was
Mork
a
and Mindy.
huge- that was
You had
huge.
to have been a Mork fan.
I've seen. I hate to say this. I've seen clips of it, but I've never actually watched full length episodes. I know, and it's from
Robin
early
Williams.
Robin Williams'
Oh,
project.
yeah.
So.
Yeah,
No.
he's great. No.
No.
That's right.
That's humor. It's just
Right?
ciao, Pekingese. The fact that they were able to get so many guest stars on that show, from
Yes.
David Letterman, Morgan Fairchild, which, by the way, Morgan Fairchild is a sweet woman. I've met
Absolutely,
her.
she is.
She looked at me, and I had her sign my Pee-wee's Big Adventure DVD because she was, the meta version of Dottie in the
Yeah,
end credits.
yeah.
And I thought I looked at her. I said, Morgan, two things. One, what was it like filming that episode of SVU where you and all the 70s, 80s beauties were on with Mariska Hargitay? And she looked at me and she says, "Oh, I was best friends with Jane Mansfield. I told stories
Exactly.
to Mariska about her mother that she didn't know." And I'm like, "What?" You knew all that stuff about that is insane. And then the second thing she looked at me and said was, "Oh yeah, filming the Meta Dottie and Pee Wee scenes with James Brolin was fantastic. He was great."
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
cool. Because you as the meta version of Dottie was let me just say you were quite beautiful. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. She's gorgeous. I mean, and the very first movie I was a production assistant on called Campus Man, she played the agent in that movie. And so I got to meet her. Such a doll. Oh my God.
I mean,
sweetheart.
I met her at a convention. She was a sweetheart. She signed it. I was like, oh, I got Morgan Fairchild's autograph and I got a selfie.
Yeah.
She was pleasant about it. She was really, really pleasant about it. And I was like, what was it like working with Paul Rubens? She was like, oh, he was a dream. He was great. He was so imaginative. He just had a vision.
I bet.
I was like, I'm sure, haha. Secret word is here. It's just, that's another thing too. I grew up on reruns of Pee-wee's Playhouse. I did.
Right.
So I remember watching that and I was like, this is the weirdest show that doesn't make
any
sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
But I'm in. Like, I don't care. Cocky, it's just, it's Mr. Window. It's good Lord. Yeah, we'll be here quoting Paul Rubens all night. But still, I digress. Right, folks? I digress. By the way, Madness Entertainment Group is in the building. That's Pops. He's saying,
hey, Pops.
How you doing, buddy? Hope
everything's going well.
Yeah, hope everything's well in your neck of the woods there, Pops. Say hi to everybody at the Madness for us, because
they're
a great group of people over there. Very creative people, I would venture to say.
That's right. Lots of them. Lots and lots.
So many, yeah. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but Pops is manages like 70,000 shows a week. I don't know how he does it.
I know. I don't know how he does it. He just does it.
And he looked at me one day. He just does it. Yeah, I looked at him. I said, Pops, do you ever sleep? Like, no, I don't sleep. You don't sleep? And he says, no, I don't sleep. We're like, great. That's not good for you health-wise. But hey, if you want to keep living that 24/7, we never close 7-Eleven life.
That's right.
Yeah. Anybody remember 7-Eleven growing up? I remember those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm just.
Thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Yes, I remember the commercial, the catchphrase.
Right.
And there's other people out there who remember that too.
A few quotes of my own. Yeah. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Dead serious. And there's a funny, what do you call it? A funny quote that came from another movie that you and I have watched in the past, Back to the Future Part 3. He says, hey, just tell me one thing. Where'd you learn to shoot like that? 7-Eleven. Like, Marty learned how to shoot at 7-Eleven on one of the arcade games, which I believe it was Cracked Shot was the name of the video game that he played at the 7-Eleven. In a different yeah. I thought that was amazing. I was like, you learned to shoot at 7-Eleven.
At 7-Eleven.
Wow. It's a rarity, guys. It's a rarity.
What can we say? There's nothing like those times, right?
No, there really isn't. And just to give everyone a healthy reminder, this is And I Quote. Don't forget to like and share if you're watching us live on the replay. Thank you for doing so. If you have any questions for our guest of honor, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. More than happy to take those as a commitment. Thank you to everybody who has commented and tuned in thus far. So when did you start acting?
Let's see. When I came out the womb, it was wild. I just started acting straight out of the womb. 4th grade. I produced, directed, and starred in my very first play in 4th grade.
Man, didn't waste, we didn't waste any time, did we?
Did not waste any time. And then I said to my mom, I'm all of a 4th grader, right? Like, you're how old when you're in 4th grade? 10, something 9, something like that.
10, 11.
10 and 11.
Yeah.
I'm going to be an actress. And she was like, oh, that's nice. And that's what I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I went to college for producing and directing television, which the programs were not very great. So I was like, when I got the opportunity to work on Campus Man as a production assistant, I was like, this is the best college I could ever have, working for the producer and the directors and all of the people and doing that. And then after that, got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, was a production assistant and had my very first, speaking role in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And that was it. I was like, that's it. Moving to Hollywood, doing the thing.
Wow. Throwing caution in the wind and just putting it all out there. Let's
put
our cards and chips on the table and see what we get.
Yep. Going for it. And that's what I did. I mean, landed in Hollywood and had a place to live already lined up and worked at Universal Studios as a tour guide for 3 months, and then was like, that's it, I'm done. I am not doing that ever again. And I just focused all my energy on acting,
Wow.
acting and modeling. That's what I did.
That's a heck of an origin story. Were Alex and Keanu as cool as they are in person? Were they nice and cool and everything? Was Keanu Reeves that nice of a guy? Yeah. Was he? Or maybe not so much. At the time, anyway.
Back then, at the time,
maybe he was still growing. Maybe he hadn't matured yet.
yeah. Alex was a doll. Alex was great. But, I mean,
it's okay.
It was like Keanu had just come into like a massive amount of notoriety and fame, and was like, that pressure was hitting him. I can imagine, and, but I ended up working stunts on Speed, and he didn't recognize me, but absolutely just calm, cool, collected. I have lots of friends that have worked with him, and they're just like, yeah, he's just a super down to earth kind of cool guy, But back in the early days, when all that pressure's on you, and you're all of a sudden everybody knows who you are, it's like, oh, whoa,
challenging,
challenging. So
challenging. Okay,
yeah,
understandable. Yeah, because the funny thing is, I didn't see this once again. I see everything years and years later because I'm very old. But I didn't see.
Yes, you're not very old.
No, I know we're all young at heart. But I didn't see Lost. I didn't see the Lost Boys until a couple years ago. And I'm like, wait a minute, Alex Winters is in this? Get the heck out!
Yeah,
Alex Winters is in Lost Boys, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Yes.
And by the way, the Lost Boys is one of the better vampire flicks.
It is one of the better vampire movies.
It is so,
of all time.
Jamie Gertz is in that.
Jamie Gertz is in it,
and I'm like, whoa. Jamie,
Yep.
I remember you from Seinfeld as Jerry's
Jamie
girlfriend of the
Gertz.
week. But then when she was in this, and then she was also in Twister, we got cows.
That's right. So Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer was in so much. I mean,
yep.
It's beyond ridiculous. Long before he was ever Jack Bauer, he did like a million different things. And I've seen Lost Boys. He was in Flatliners. What was the other one? A Time to Kill. He liked working with Schumacher. He worked with Schumacher a lot. Schumacher worked with him. Yes. Yeah.
Hired him a lot.
Good movies too, I would venture to say. Yeah. It's amazing. It really, really is. It's just man, his filmography is beyond ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Pop says, yeah, that's right. Young Days. He says good stuff Lost Boys is. Yes, it is, Pop.
Yes, it is.
Yep. And then he also points out that he enjoyed what was it, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Point Break. Yes.
Point Break. Yep.
That was Utah. Give me 2.
Yep.
Sorry, I use that line sometimes at work. It's fun. And then Brian Perry's here. He says, phone booth is just that is such a great psychological thriller. If no one has ever seen Phone Booth with Colin Farrell and Kiefer Sutherland, Forrest Whitaker's in it too.
Yeah.
Check it out. It is criminally underrated, in my opinion. I mean, I think it is. But hey, that's just me.
I know, right?
It's
you just go back and go watch all these movies that it's like, oh yeah, so and so's in that. Oh yeah, right.
So many fun facts. It's amazing.
So many.
That's what it is. So
infinite.
Right. Well, one of the things I want to share with you, and also share with you who are watching your listeners right now, because I got to know how this all came about, because I am just so curious. So the role of let's go straight in the words of Rock. Let's cut right to the chase. So Shiva, Mortal Kombat Annihilation comes out in 1997. Everyone is overhyped for this movie because the first one was such a really good success.
Huge
we want to
success.
see what happens with these characters. We want to see where the story is going to go because Emperor shows up and says, "I've come for your souls," and Lambert, iconically says, "I don't think so."
Right.
And I'm just, where's this going to go? I had to think about this. My oldest brother, took me to see this movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, in the theater.
In the theater.
We saw it in theaters. I saw it. Now, granted, my brother's older than me, so he didn't. I don't think he thought too much of it. But at the time, I still do, love this movie. It's fun. It's just fun. It's fun. It's got fight sequences. It's got choreography.
Yep.
It's got all this, and the soundtrack is banger. Like it is just banger of a soundtrack. It really is. It totally rocks. But Shiva, how did this come about for you? How did you get the role? What was the audition process like? What was it like working with all those castmates and crewmates, while you were shooting it?
Yeah. So this came up, and it was one of those things where my agent submitted me, and I auditioned. I was like, oh my God, perfect for this. And I started playing, just for reference, I just started playing the game and playing the character and, trying to figure it out. I was already training martial arts. So it was, for me, I was like, oh, there was this big fight scene. Oh, you're going to have to fight. So first, audition, and then, oh, I'm going to have a callback, and went to a callback, and then they want to see you again. Third callback, which is usually like, oh yeah, you're going to book the job now because this is the third callback. Usually it's like there's 1, 2 callbacks, and then I proceeded to get called back 3 more times after that, 4 more times, 7 callbacks. 7 times I went in to see the director and the producers, and every single time they had me do the same things, and I was like, am I getting the job? Am I not getting the job? Like, if I don't get it now, I'm going to be pissed, but it was one of the longest casting processes for me, getting a role, and I think, just now that I'm producing my own picture, it's like just being in the producer's role, like, okay, like seeing what the other cast members, who the other cast members are, and okay, does everybody fit together? Does everybody, gel? Do the looks all work? Does everything work? Like how does it mesh together, right? And I was super grateful that I got it, of course, obviously, and became really great friends with, everybody. We all still keep in touch, minus, a few of us. But yeah, I still talk to Darren McBee, who played Matoro. I still talk to Musetta Vander, who, played Sindel, and, the stunt guys, Mark Casso and Dennis Kiefer. Dennis is in in the picture that I'm producing now. So he played Baraka and was doubling Shao Kahn. So it's like a lot of us still, Keith Cook, whenever they go to, conventions in Texas, I have a girlfriend that's got a booth down there with their game company, and she's like, oh, look who's here. Keith Cook's here. And I was like, oh my God, so it's like we all really, a lot of us stayed in touch, and it was just such a great crew. And a lot of them were from the UK. And so we had crew from the UK, we had crew from over in Thailand, we had crew from, I know they have crew in Jordan and Amman, but I didn't get to go to Jordan and Amman. I shot in London and showed up there and did all of my special effects molding and things like that, and the makeup tests and everything like that. And they said, oh, and by the way, there was this big, huge Shiva fight in the script, and I was so excited because I was like, oh my God, this fight's going to be epic. And then they cut it before we shot it because they were like, oh, it's going to be too expensive because it was like CGI, and, it was all CGI at that time. And so it was a very, very expensive sequence, and they were like, oh, kind of pulled it. But I'm still grateful that it's like, I'm forever going to be Shiva. You know what I mean? It's like it's just it. I'm forever Shiva. There's not been another live version of Shiva.
True.
So, yeah.
You're 100% right. Now, granted, I'm just speculating here because we don't know yet, and they don't like to, hopefully they didn't reveal everything in those trailers that we saw for the most recent one that came out. But maybe some other characters will appear in Mortal Kombat 2 that we don't know about yet. Maybe there's going to be some surprises that are in store for the audience. And if that's true, great. Hypothetically, if a new iteration of Shiva does show up and be like, I don't know, it's not the same without having Marjean there, but yeah, we'll see how this new kid.
Nah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's great that it's been, since 1997. It's almost been 30 years. And if there's finally another one, besides the animation version,
right,
great,
the animation
but there's been multiple Sub-Zeros, multiple Scorpions, multiple reptiles, and
Kanos,
and so I'm like
Cages.
Johnny Cages,
like
Jax's,
Jax, Major Jackson Briggs,
yes, Major Jackson Briggs,
Major Jackson, and then
Sonya Blade.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of them over the years. There's no doubt about it. Pop says we're still mad at them for cutting your scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I think we all are. I mean, to a certain degree, we all are. And then he says, "Do not cut my girl's scene," says Pop. Yeah,
That's right.
I don't like it either, man. I don't like it either. But that's Hollywood for you.
That's Hollywood. Hey, it happens. You know,
they make decisions without our knowledge or without our consent sometimes. Sort of, well,
yep,
it sort of happens.
Yeah, they cut a bunch of my scenes out of hostage too. You know, it is what it is. It happens. What can you do? I didn't control the action, you know, but I used to get people all the time like, oh my God, I can't even believe Shiva didn't even fight. It was just so stupid. And I was like, they would be mad at me. And I'm like, as if I had the control to like say, well, you know, Shiva has to fight or else, you know, the producers and writers were like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen. But, you know, I'm like, I don't control that. That's something you talk to the producers. That's not me. Yeah. You know, I was just there to kick and punch and do my thing.
That's a fair point. By the way, Sophie's here. She says, this beautiful woman will always be
Hey,
Shiva.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Hi, Sophie. Thanks, honey.
Wonderful stuff. And then he says, we still have to get those scenes from Hostage.
From Hostage, yes.
Yeah.
The Blu-ray extended
the
version,
cut.
the scenes.
Yeah, the extended cut. Because I was going to say that was other. You actually segue right into it. So I know you're not in the best of predicaments here in this shop, but no
that was
pun
a very
intended.
bad.
No pun intended, guys. But you know, I'm just curious though. What was it like working with John McClane? You know, that reckless cowboy.
That reckless cowboy. He was not very. He wasn't reckless he wasn't really super. I mean, of course, he was a little reckless in the movie, but he was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I had always heard that he was really great to work with, and he was really sweet with everybody, and he was an absolute doll. Just great to work with. So much fun. You know, very low key, just very kicked back. You know. Yeah, it was. I cannot say enough nice things about Bruce, you know, and for everything he's going through right now.
Oh my goodness,
it's just incredibly heartbreaking.
It's
absolutely
heartbreaking. Yeah, but you know, he's played so many great characters over the years.
Absolutely.
I grew up watching the Die Hard movies, so it's funny though because I saw everything in reverse. So the very first Die Hard movie for me personally that I ever saw was the third installment, Die Hard with a Vengeance, with Jeremy Irons.
Interesting.
And I loved it because the fact that Uncle Scar is also the bad guy in this movie,
right?
You know, Jeremy Irons is the voice of Scar in the Lion, which is by the way, Lion King is one of the best anime movies of all time.
Yeah.
And he's chasing this guy around New York City, and the banter between Bruce and Sam Jackson, I'm like laughing my ass off. I'm like, this is so awesome. Like, this movie's out of control, but I freaking love it.
Yeah.
So I saw that first, and then I saw Live Free or Die Hard. Then I went back and watched Die Hard 1 and 2. So, yeah.
Backwards.
Odd turn of events, yes. But
yeah.
I've seen all the movies. Lord knows there's only 4 Die Hards because that fifth one never happened.
Right. See, and I started watching Bruce when he was on Moonlighting.
Yes. Very popular show for its time.
So, yeah. So a lot of people don't remember that he started on television.
Yep.
Right? Before he, you know, popped into the Die Hard franchise.
Yeah. And the funny thing is they didn't want Bruce initially for that role. They wanted the bigger guys like Schwarzenegger and Stallone, all these other big name actors of the time. But they took a shot, they took a swing, and they swung for the fences at the time because Bruce Willis was a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
But it paid off.
Because
he plays the everyman who gets himself into these unfortunate situations.
Yep. Oh, John McClane.
Which we can relate to a certain degree, you know.
I know, right?
It doesn't hurt to have Carl Winslow as your partner, you know, with Reginald Bell Johnson playing Al Powell, which that's one of the more unique character names I've heard in my career. You know what? I mean, seriously, who names it? But hey, it's Die Hard. It's awesome, and it's a classic that people continue to watch 35, 37 years later, which is ridiculous, by the way.
I know, right?
I know. Where's the flipping time gone, Pops? Honestly, I had to read this, Pops.
Way too fast. Way too fast.
It's creepy. It's wild. It doesn't make no sense. What does make sense is that this episode of Anti Quote has been brilliant thus far. Do not forget to like and share. If you have any questions for that guest of honor, Marjean Holden, let us know in the comments or the chat. More than happy to. And by the way, thank you to everybody who has chimed in because that's just awesome. We love you all.
We do.
Yeah, I mean, just honestly. So I hear that you've also been a part of another iconic, I would venture to say, franchise. Little thing where you go to the next frontier. Star Trek.
Yes,
Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek. And more specifically, I think it was DS9. So
DS9.
working on Star Trek DS9, what was that experience like for you? How did you end up on the Enterprise? Or the
That
Deep
was
Space Nine, I should say.
wow. That was like I had always tried and tried and tried to get onto one of the Star Treks and could never get past the casting, could never get past casting, and for whatever weird, bizarre, wild reason. And it was really interesting that I happened to skate in on that episode of DS9 with because a couple of producers that I had worked with before on they were producing they produced Jake and the Fat Man. And the episode I did Jake and the Fat Man. And then when my manager at the time, she went around around casting and went straight to the producers, and the producers like, "Oh my god, yes, we got to bring Marjean in." And they bring me in just straight to producers for DS9 and meet the director, and his name was Michael Vihar, and they hire me on DS9. Subsequently, Mike Vihar ends up being the director of the pilot on Crusade. And so Mike Vihar was instrumental in me getting the role as Dr. Chambers on Crusade as well, because he was in callbacks in for that series as well. And so it was wild because I had already worked on the Babylon 5 movie, A Call to Arms, and was the navigational officer. And then they bring me back in for Crusade. And I was like, well, how are we going to make this work? You know what I mean? And I thought I wasn't going to get it because I had already been this minor role in a Babylon 5 movie. And they were like, no, we do that all the time. You know, totally different universe. To be your twin sister, who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right? And so ended up getting the role on Crusade. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be great because, you know, we're going to run for 5 seasons, just like Babylon 5 did. And 13 episodes later, we're done. Because there was a big conflict with the network. And there we go. There we have
Sorry
it.
to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was so much fun. It was like, it's like everybody's like, ooh, the lost episodes of Crusade, you know, because there's only 13 of them. It's like the lost episodes of Crusade, you know, we're wandering around space, never to be found again.
Great cast, too.
Yes.
Between you and I believe it was Gary Cole and Tracy Scoggins, if I remember correctly.
Gary Cole, Tracy Scoggins.
I remember her as Kat Grant on Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, for the one season, just the one season she was in, and then they just wrote her off.
Yeah.
They didn't even write her off. She just disappeared and no one ever heard
She's
her. Like
great. And I love Tracy. I saw her last year. I brought her down.
Really?
I help at a convention. I MC a convention down in Arlington, the Arlington Comic Fest. And I was like, I said, you should bring my friends, you know? And I was like, Tracy Scoggins, she lives in Texas. And so they brought Tracy in and Lorenzo Lamas. And I was like, yeah, I like this, you know? So I love her. Absolutely love her. Adore her.
I hear so many bright stars are in the state of Texas, including some of my friends who do travel to these conventions. So one of these days, I got to get my behind
That's
to the great state of Texas because I've never actually been to Texas. I've never been.
You got to go.
Texas. I've never been. There's a lot of states within the U.S. of A., with all due respect, that I've never traveled to, but I wouldn't mind traveling to because I have friends and connections in Texas.
Yes.
My friend,
gotta go.
her name is Gata, and I met her on Instagram. At the time she was running a small business where she creates gift baskets for very special occasions. She goes by charm.celebrations on Instagram. # always
Nice.
friend. And we're still friends to this day. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I was at Comic Palooza and Houston Comic Fest, whatever it was.
Right.
Some of these other shows." And I'm like, dude, look at all these cars. There's so many cars at these conventions because people model their cars after fictional characters like the Joker or Batman or something. Marvel characters or anime. Anime,
Yeah,
is a
lots of
huge-
fun.
That is a huge thing. So everyone's like yapping about this
Yeah.
stuff, and I said, you know what, G girl, I got to get my behind down to the state of Texas, because it seems like you find folks in Texas put together some really big Comic Cons.
Big.
And when you put on a show, you go big or you go home. There's no two
Yeah.
ways about it. So
Some
I
great
should visit
shows
all
down
of you
there.
guys. Yeah, I need to visit all you guys in Texas. I've never been.
Yeah. Gotta go. Gotta
Never
do it, man.
I've never
Gotta
been. And
do
a
it.
lot of wonderful people who work in the business live in Texas. A lot of actors, producers, writers. There's a lot of people I've been hearing about over the years that live in the state of Texas. So
Yeah. A lot happening in Texas.
I actually hear there is a lot of projects going on.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Taylor Sheridan's studios are down there, and he's got a bunch of stuff going on.
I mean, what's it
Tons
called?
of stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is it called? The Stoneverse, the Yellowstone verse. I mean, my
The Yellowstone
God,
verse.
the
Yeah.
guy's got like 50 shows going on at one time.
Yeah.
Which,
Pretty brilliant.
The new one just debuted. It's called Marshalls, and then there's another
Yeah.
one over here called Dutton Ranch, which is going to
Yep.
star Cole Hauser, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And the girl plays his wife. I can't remember, or his. I can't remember who she is. I forget. But anyway,
Yeah.
the Sheridan verse.
The Sheridan verse. Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah. Well done, Taylor. Because I've known Taylor since he wrote the script for, what was it, Sicario.
Yes.
That was
that's what really kicked him off.
Oh my gosh, that was
Great
dark.
movie.
That was a deep, dark movie for sure. We did a what do you call it? A 10th anniversary watch along of that on this very channel that you're watching right now. We do this thing every Friday night at 7:00 Eastern time where we celebrate different movies that turn a certain age. We did it with Sicario. We've done it with Star Wars, Marvel, DC, some of the other film properties or other. We just did one earlier tonight, believe it or not, for your co-star who was in Mortal Kombat Annihilation as Shao Kahn, Brian Thompson.
Oh yeah,
he was the
love
antagonist.
Brian.
Well, he was the antagonist in Cobra with Sylvester Stallone.
Yes. Yep.
We did it. We did, literally right before I had this conversation with you. We did a 40th anniversary watch along of Cobra, and I'm like,
40th.
Brian Thompson is in this, and Brian Thompson is also Shao Kahn. So
it's unbelievable. 40 years.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Jeez, all of us are feeling like.
I don't mean to make you feel any younger than you already are, right, Pops? See what I did there? I saved you with that one, Pops. I saved you with that one. Okay, send me the check.
Yeah.
Send me the check. Gee whiz. But
it's crazy. Yeah. I think it's like Mortal Kombat's 97. It's like almost 30 years, and it's less like, man, it doesn't feel like it was 30 years. It does, and it doesn't feel like it was 30 years ago. Yeah. It's just like, where did that time? It's just like, boom, blink of an eye, gone.
No.
Crazy.
That's one thing. More people have been chiming in here in this chat. Brian Perry says the Renegade cast. It's blasphemy. I would invite. Pop says I would invite Marjean to join me at the Hall of Heroes Comic Con in our booth, but I know she is too busy right now, which is referring to this.
Yes.
So yeah. She would if she could. Let's see. 3 weeks notice is probably not. Good Lord.
And it just depends.
It just depends on the.
Depends on the 3 weeks.
The deal, yeah, or whatever it may be.
It just depends on the 3 weeks.
Yeah. Brian says Marjean got to sign her first MK comic book years ago from me. Says
that's
Brian.
right. I did.
Wow.
Yep. Hi, Brian. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I hadn't signed a comic book before. It was the first one. 3 years was it? I think it was 3 years ago, Brian.
That must have been a huge
3 years ago
at the time. That must have been huge. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had my own fangirl moment, because nobody had asked me to sign a comic book before. They had brought like the laser discs and the VHS covers and the DVDs and that kind of stuff. But that was my first comic book.
Yeah. So far, the only signature I've managed to gather from your cast of Mortal Kombat Annihilation is James Remar, who played Raiden at the time.
Oh, wow! You're lucky you actually got James's.
Yeah, and not only did he sign it, he signed it with James Remar - Lord Raiden.
Nice.
I was like, Raiden. I was like Brian Thompson would say, Raiden. This will never happen again. And
that's right.
I'm just like, Brian just hammed that roll up so much. He ate it up with a spoon. He just did. He just did. I would rather the extermination squads. I'm like, the way he talks, because he has a few lines in Cobra.
Right.
But when you see him actually get to speak more, more verbally in MK Annihilation, I'm thinking to myself, wow, this guy really loves playing a bad guy, doesn't he?
Yeah. And it was really cool because we did MK together, and then I got Crusade, and then he guest starred on Crusade, and we got to work together on Crusade as well, which was awesome.
Interesting. Man.
Yeah,
all the dots are connecting, guys.
The dots are connecting.
They really are. They really are. And I believe we went over this earlier, but just in case we missed something, Sophie says, "What's your favorite film to date?" But I think she already said it was Field of Dreams, if I'm not mistaken.
Field of Dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sophie, there's your $2 million question answered.
That's the $2 million question. Field of Dreams.
Yeah. Write that one down, Sophie. If you haven't seen it in a while, you might want to go back and revisit that because that film is iconic. And it's very rewatchable, by the way. It's one of the few movies I can say in my career that is actually really, really rewatchable. And then
it really is. I think I saw it 5 times in the theater.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it came like I was
89.
young when it came out.
89.
Yeah, it came out in 89. So I saw it 5 times in the theater. I rarely go see movies twice.
Yeah. We did that.
That one's about 5 times.
We did that with, for me, I saw Man of Steel, the Superman movie with Henry Cavill, five times. And then I broke my record by going to see Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, 6 times.
Jeez.
I broke the record. I broke just by one. And then we saw, my family and I, we saw Rogue One, not once, I think we saw Rogue One 3 times.
3 times? That's
Rogue
crazy.
One, which is the Star Wars spin-off movie, which, by the way, Rogue One turns 10 this year, folks. I know. I've just made us feel a lot younger. But
yeah, thanks.
Sorry to disappoint you. And Brian Perry goes on to say Brian Thompson, he wasn't bad in Lionheart. No.
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah. Lionheart was a crazy movie too. That was crazy.
That was another one. Yeah.
Mickey Rourke, right?
What was Lionheart? Mickey Rourke? I think it was.
No, I'm thinking of something else.
That was a different one.
That was a different one.
I can't remember what the other one was, guys. I'm sorry. But Sophie goes on to say, I'm on a mission to find a Shiva action figure from Annihilation specifically for you to sign.
Good luck.
I was going to say good luck with that.
Good luck with that one. Good luck. Good luck.
If you want to check the eBay archives, I mean, maybe.
They never made one.
They never did? Shoot.
I mean, there are Shiva action figures out there, but they never made one for
the movie.
The official one for the movie. Yeah.
Well, if Marjean and I bump into each other at Comic-Con, I'm still going to have you sign a Shiva figure.
That's right.
I'm still going to have you do it. Whether it's that or the, what do you call it? The MK, Mortal Kombat Annihilation DVD cover. That
DVD cover.
James signed earlier in my, that was a couple years ago, actually. Actually, that was 6, 7, 8 years ago I saw it.
Wow.
That was at the Great Philadelphia Comic-Con when that was still a thing. Because
unfortunately,
was that the show went under, so it doesn't exist.
Was that the height of Dexter?
It was after he was on Black Lightning at that time on the CW. Lightning. The CW, yeah, it was the CW show. Yeah, but it was like outside of. It was like a little bit past his Dexter run. Yeah, I think it was. Sophie says agreed, and 3D print one. 3D print one. There you go, Brian. Brian, make me one. Actually, I have friends that have 3D printers, so I should get my friend too. See if her and her husband they 3D print stuff all the time. So that's a valid point. Make us some Shiva action figures and then send one to me in the state of Maryland where I am. I'll outside of this show. But we'll have her sign it. It'll be a blast. That is certainly true. And I'm just curious though, what was this experience like working on this one on Beast?
I loved that show. Oh my God. I wished that was the one show I wished so badly that they would have done season 4. I had the best time on that show. We had the best time. One of the best crews I've worked with. I mean, and it's funny because it's like the film that I'm producing right now, I'm producing with my girlfriend, Jennifer. And Jennifer was on The Lost World when I was on Beastmaster, and that's how we met. And so we've known each other for 26 years, and we've been talking about doing a project together, and now we are. So, but Beastmaster was, man, I had the best time. I mean, I was working in Australia. I was on a series, it was interesting how they contracted actors because they contract them per day. Like they were like, oh, we'll guarantee you a certain number of days, when normally it's like, oh, you get so many episodes. But they were like, no, we'll guarantee you a certain number of days. I ended up working twice as many days that they guaranteed me. My first season that I was on season 2. And then they were like, okay, so now, because I was a bad guy in season 2, they were like, well, you're testing really well in the market, so we need to like keep you on, but now you're going to have to be a good guy. So season 3, you're going to be a good guy. You're going to defect from the bad guys to the good guys. Because if we keep you a bad guy, we got to kill you. You know,
jeez,
as you do, you know, because all the bad guys die. Bad guys always die.
Yeah, ask Darth Vader. He dies.
Yeah,
Eventually.
Right? So eventually they die.
Takes him a minute, but
yeah.
You know, I mean, look at the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie has one of the slowest death scenes ever with Paul Rubens getting hit with that
right
that stake through his heart, and then he's spending the rest of the movie going like,
right.
and then he slowly falls to the ground. And there's an after credits scene in that movie, the original Buffy the Vampire, which is Christy Swanson, where he's just lying there, still doing this, that, and the other, and I'm thinking, how is this death scene this slow? Like, come on,
right?
But it's
like,
Paul Rubens.
Like,
it's Paul
come
Rubens.
on.
But it's Paul Rubens. It's like he makes it funny, and he had the long hair, he had the thick beard at the time. He was a lot younger at this time because it was like mid '80s, I think Buffy came out. Isn't that right, Pops? Or late '80s, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Christy Swanson was in that. Luke Perry was in that too, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. Yeah. Jeez.
Man,
killing me, Smalls. Brian Perry says I got connections. Okay, Marjean,
I got connections.
Put me on your VIP list for Arlington. Well, LOL, he says.
My VIP list, baby.
That's
you know you on the VIP.
And then Brian Perry goes on to say that scene with Paul Rubens is absolutely hilarious. I mean, it's funny, but I'm just thinking to myself.
Yeah, Brian knows his movies.
Really slow scene. Very, very slow. And he says, yep. And then what was it, Pops? What are you trying to say? 3 weeks from now, Marjean, May 30th and 31st. There's something going on between you two I'm not aware of.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? Maybe I could have made that work, but now I can't make it work.
Pops, what have you done? And then he goes on to say, I was pricing some Buffy books today for the convention itself. Oh boy.
There you go.
Price them how you want, man, because unfortunately that Buffy reboot never took place with Sarah Michelle Gellar returning, so that never happened.
Yeah. Next year, Pops. Count me in for May 30th and 31st or whenever it is.
Exactly. I was going to say, mark that one down for yourself.
Mark it down. Mark it down. Book it now.
That's a fair point. Oh, here's a fun fact I didn't know about that movie originally. Brian Perry says David Arquette was in the original Buffy movie.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
David Arquette. Last time, I'm trying to think. What was
kind of crazy.
The last time I saw David? The last time I saw David was in Scream 4. Scream 4.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the last time I saw him professionally. And one of the first times I ever met David Arquette professionally was Ready to Rumble, the WCW professional wrestling movie that was put out by Warner Brothers at the time. Yeah.
That's so wild.
I grew up. Yeah, that's another one I grew up on, Pops. So there you go. You're welcome.
There you go. You're welcome.
Healthy reminder, Pops says we have another event coming up on November the 13th through the 15th, which is known as Grand Rapids.
Oh, that works for me. Right after my birthday. Right after my birthday. There we go. Boom.
You may want to write this one down or put it on someone's phone, Pops.
Send
her a message so you can confirm this. But Grand Rapids Comic-Con, that's in Grand Rapids, Michigan, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it, Pops?
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Michigan. It won't be super cold yet.
It'll be getting there, but not.
It'll be getting there, but it won't be dead of winter.
True. And then once again, Brian Perry, you got more fun facts than I do. He says Ben Affleck.
He does.
Jeez.
Everybody was in Buffy.
Oh, small part as a basketball player.
Yeah. That was back in the day before they were who they are.
Well, yeah, because one of the films that made Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. And Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting. Top 10 movies of all time.
Yes.
It's in my top
Good Will
10.
Hunting. Yep.
It's in my top 10. It's in my top 10, hands down. By the way, Robin Williams, great performance.
Yes, absolutely.
And we miss him too. We miss him.
That's right.
Always going to miss Robin. Always going to miss Robin. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no other doubt in my mind about is the fact that this has been a more phenomenal episode thus far. And I quote, don't forget to like and share. If you have any questions, let us know.
Then I quote. Those
comments and those. Yes, thank you. Yes. It's funny because in the original incarnation of this channel, it was just called Nerd Culture Interviews. And then I decided to rename it. And I'm like, let's just go with and I quote. It sounds better.
Yeah.
Plus, it sounds zippier and it rolls off the tongue easier. So. Plus, journalists.
I'm losing my light. I get closer to the computer. It's getting dark outside. I did have this really great golden light. Now it's like it's getting darker. I'm getting into the mood lighting now.
Gee willikers. Well, hopefully you can still hear and see us.
Oh yeah, I can still hear.
In internet land.
Yeah, they can hear, they can see. I'm still here.
Well, that's a
You
fair
just need to
point.
get closer.
It's okay. It's a fair point. It's all good, and we still love you. It's all good.
I have a flashlight on my phone. I can just, let's see. Give myself some mood lighting.
If you want to try it,
I got a self light. Hold on a second.
Good Lord.
See?
Oh,
Pretty
there
good.
it is. Yeah.
It actually works.
We can
It
see
actually
you
does
now.
work.
That's
It's
beautiful.
pretty good.
And you look the
See?
same as you did a moment ago. You haven't aged a day, honey. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
No doubt, exactly. See what we're doing here, guys? In the words of Jimmy Bond, we aim to please. What would you say, at least in a general
Improvise.
sense of the term, are some of the rewards about being an actor?
Oh, I think for me, some of the biggest rewards have been traveling. One, I've gotten to go to amazing places. It's like I've traveled to Asia. I've gotten to go to the Europe, Canada, of course. It's like I've gotten to travel and meeting the crew. Like there's so many, and Australia, of course. There's so many amazing crew members that I have met over my years of working together and worked with so many amazing people. That to me has been one of the best things, you know. And it just playing characters that are super fun and iconic and that have lasted this long. You know what I mean? People still talk about, Mortal Kombat's still alive, like, which is wild to me because it's like I never, at that point in time, it was like, oh, it's going to be Mortal Kombat 1, then Mortal Kombat 2, and then maybe Mortal Kombat 3. That's it. It's going to be a trilogy. And here we are, like 30 years later, and now we're on Mortal Kombat 2 again. It's like for the second time.
Yeah.
And there's been series and animation and all of this stuff created out of the world, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal to be part of a franchise like that that's just stood the test of time.
Absolutely. So, I mean, heck, they even did a digital web series called Mortal Kombat Legacy with Jerry Ryan and
yes.
Gosh, what was his name?
Yeah.
Michael
J. White.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, my buddy Michael. So it's like it's had every iteration. You know what I mean? It's been through it all. It's kind of cool.
There was Mortal Kombat Conquest. There was the animated series.
Yep.
They had to tone down for the kids, and I'm just thinking,
yeah,
I don't know if this works as a animated series at kids, because you do realize there's a lot of fighting and fatality.
I know it's so violent.
It's
like it's so violent now.
Liu Kang.
I'm like,
yeah. I want people to scream or not scream, but respectfully just go up to somebody when they're fighting and say, "Finish him." And I'm like, come on,
finish him.
Fatality, flawless. Which, by the way, R.I.P. Kerry Haruyuki Tagawa, because my gosh,
yeah,
he ate up that role as Shang Tsung. I mean, he just owned it. And the funny thing is, the crazy thing about that movie is that both him and Talisa Soto, who played Kitana, were in a movie together called License to Kill with Timothy Dalton when he was James freaking Bond.
James Bond, yeah.
They never had a scene together, but they were in the exact. Well, actually, no, they did, because Kerry Haruyuki Tagawa was walking through the casino floor with his girlfriend, and Talisa Soto was dealing out the cards to Timothy Dalton's character.
Yeah.
So you see him walk by, and he's giving a smirk to James Bond, like, and then he walks off, and Talisa Soto, James Bond says, "You very professional. Used to work here."
Yeah.
And then he says, "I'm about to win or lose. Lose, but not much." And I'm like, ooh, this game's getting interesting. Okay. And Timothy Dalton is a criminally underrated James Bond actor.
Yes.
Let's just get that.
Yeah.
Living Daylight So Well by Aha. And then you got License to Kill by, what was it? Gladys Knight did License to Kill, which is a bit different kind of song.
Yeah.
Still a good one. And License to Kill, to me, is the better of the two, in my opinion. For Timothy Dalton's performance, anyway. I just thought it was more darker, grittier, and
right.
What we would get later on with Daniel Craig. So,
yeah.
Thank you, Timothy Dalton. You did a fantastic job, and I wish you would have gotten more shots at playing the character. but that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. That is Hollywood. It's just
That's
the way
Hollywood for you right there.
in the words of a famous black and white movie, that's the way it crumbles, cookie wise. But anyway, on the flip side of your coin, though, what would you say are some of the challenges about being an actor?
Getting a job.
Yes,
Actually getting the job.
Among others.
I mean, it wasn't as bad, I guess, 30 years ago. There weren't as many people that had access to being an actor. And now it's like, oh, just submit yourself, to multiple different casting platforms. And it's like, oh, yeah. And then you can just be an actor. And it's like, wait, what? We all went to class regularly. We studied regularly. We honed our craft regularly, and now it's just like, oh, I wasn't even trying to be an actor. I just kind of fell into it, and the friend of a friend of a friend of a friend or something, and Hollywood back in the day was like, oh, well, we can't cast you because you're an unknown, and then they cast an unknown for something and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And we're like, but you said you couldn't cast an unknown. Like, what's happening here? Like, what is going on? But that's probably one of the biggest challenges was actually just getting the job.
Yeah. It's not always easy. That's
no.
Darn sure, as one might say. By the way,
darn tootin', man.
Sophie says facts. You still look 30.
Thanks, babe.
I think that's what you're getting at. And then Pops goes on to say, who we run on our with on our personal journey is the most important thing. Surround yourself with
yes. I got good people around me, man. I got good peoples around me.
Mm-hmm. Same here with us at And I Quote and the people we've collaborating with on the Madness, because Pops actually recruited me to be a part of the Madness. He's like, listen, man, you're doing a lot of cool stuff over here, but we want to bring you over here and we want to have you bring that talent to this talent pool over here. I'm like, why? You don't need me. You got 70 million shows and people to run your network with. He's like, no. Like you're a good talent, and you need to bring that stuff over here so you can get even more guests, even more of an audience, and do this, that, and the other. And you can end up doing this. And I saw it, and I said, Pops, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. So there you go. I dropped a little Leo.
There you go.
I dropped a little Leo DiCaprio on his ass.
Yes.
So he respected that. And then Brian Perry goes on to say, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, it catches a new life on streaming to new audiences who weren't born or whose parents were just babies.
They were just babies when
the movie originally had come out.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say unfortunately it was panned back in 97, but it has caught a new life with new fans who were just finding out about it. And then Madness Entertainment Group goes on to say that is why. Talent. So So basically what you're telling me is, in the words of Winston from Ghostbusters, when we have tools, we have talent.
You got talent, baby.
Which, that's another funny movie. Do you remember? You've seen Ghostbusters, right? You've seen that
movie? Oh yeah.
Is that movie not hilarious or what?
It's so funny. I love those guys.
The first 45 minutes of the movie, I couldn't help myself. I kept laughing every time.
Yes.
Honestly.
They're just funny. I mean, but my ultimate Bill Murray film.
What is it?
Stripes.
Really?
Stripes. My favorite Bill Murray movie.
That's
Stripes.
The back, Jack. Anyway.
That's the back, Jack.
I don't know if you remember this or not. This is a bit of an under the radar film, but there was a film that Bill Murray did, and it was very low key. Didn't make a lot of money. I think didn't make a whole lot of coin. Quick Change. You ever heard of Quick Change?
No.
Okay, so it starred Bill Murray, Gina Davis, aka the Queen of Diamonds, Dottie Hinson from A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own is my favorite baseball movie of all time. And that hashtag those are the facts. And there's no crying in baseball.
Right.
There's
no crying in baseball.
No crying in baseball.
No.
And then it also stars Randy Quaid and Jason Robards. Jason Robards is in this movie, which is a fact, Jack. So so if you haven't seen the movie Quick Change, which I believe came out,
probably watch it.
Pops, I think this was 1990, so it was after Ghostbusters 2 had come out, because that was the year prior. Feel free to look this up and stream it, because it's a very underrated comedy. It's very, very good. At least from where I stand, because I grew up watching it on VHS tape as a kid. Does anybody remember VHS tapes? Those little bricks.
I still have some.
Do they still work though?
Yes.
Do you have a working?
They still work. I used to. A few years ago, I used to have a VHS player. I don't have it anymore, but they still work.
You might want to think about getting a VCR.
Yes, I do have a VCR.
All right. Well, I was just saying you might want to think about
I
getting it.
got it all.
All right. Well, that's
know?
good. 'Cause I have one
Yeah.
that's in my storage locker. I may not use it at the time right now at the time, but certain documentaries are only available on VHS from way back in the day. So I made sure I got
Yeah.
copies of those because I grew up watching something known as professional wrestling at the time.
Yes.
So I grew up
It's
watching.
still called professional wrestling, by
Yes,
the way.
well, yes, and I'm just, yes, the terminology still stands. But I'm
Yes.
just saying, like, I grew up watching the Monday Night Wars between WCW and the WWF. So
Oh, okay.
there was a few like best of that year or best of Nitro, best of
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
and I bought those tapes because most of them are not available on any other form of physical
On
media
any
other
other
than
format. Yeah.
VHS.
Yeah.
So I was like, see, this is why we keep this stuff because you never know when
That's
blanky
true.
blank is going to hit your fan.
It's true. Okay, that's it. I'm going to turn on the lights so
Yeah.
I can actually see myself.
That's a wonderful idea. And Brian Perry agrees with me 100% because he just chimed in the chat on the other side of the room. He says, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say, yes, which is from Ghostbusters, in case anyone's wondering.
Yes.
And then he goes on to say, I remember beta tapes before they were VHS tapes. Is that
Exactly.
right? They were beta tapes? Is that it?
Yes.
I don't think I ever owned one. Do we?
Yeah, they were beta. And before that, they were reel to reel.
Oh, they
There
were
was reel to
yeah.
reel. There was and then we had, of course, we had Super 8.
Super 8, yep.
Yep.
Yep, laser disc.
Yeah, Super
record,
8,
vinyl,
laser disc,
records.
record, like all of it.
What were they called? 45s?
45s.
Is that a thing? Yeah.
Yep. The thing. I still have
45s.
45s.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
This is what I've been told over the years, that the sound quality on a 45 record is way better than some of the other formats.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Maybe I should listen to more.
Yeah, they're
45s.
cool. And I have record players that actually work.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
That's you know what? That's actually a good question. Who is your favorite artist, like musician?
Prince.
You like Prince? What's your favorite Prince song, though?
Purple Rain.
It is Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
The funny thing about Prince and I, when I think of Prince, I'm thinking of Party Man, because of the music.
And 1999, of course.
broaden our
1999.
Lawrence. I grew up on Batman '89. I have no regrets. And the other song that they play in that movie is Trust, which is another Prince song. So if you haven't heard the song Trust, and it's funny because the Joker says that right after the song stops playing. He's like, hubba, 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 money, money, money. Who do you trust? Me? I'm giving away free money. Where is the Batman? He's at home, washing his tights. Anyway, if you couldn't tell by now, Marjean, I love movies. So, yeah.
A
Brian,
little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a tad. And Brian, why do you keep bringing out these fun facts that I don't know anything about? There was a video disc before laser disc.
Yes, there was a video disc. Those things were horrible.
Floppy disks that had movies on them at the time.
Yes.
Is that true? Floppy disks had these things?
Yes. Oh my
Get out.
God. Those things were a
Right.
nightmare. And just like having a floppy disk in, when you went to college and you had that 3/4 floppy. Oh my God. That
Lord.
class was awful.
Are you kidding me?
Awful.
Wow,
My
that's-
computer classes. Awful.
Jeez.
Still have nightmares about that computer lab.
You have nightmares about computer lab? Jeez.
Yeah. Because there was a 3/4 inch floppy disk.
Okay, but I
It's
do remember.
like you couldn't
True.
do anything if you didn't have a 3/4 inch floppy disk.
Well, at the time, when we were in school, we were playing those, what do you call them, those computer games like Oregon Trail and Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego, which was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
In the 90s. So there was that. That always helped. It helps learn geography. That never hurts.
Yeah.
Let me see. What Brian, why do you keep bringing this up? We got
Because Brian's like the endless
why does he keep
well
doing this?
of
We got country bands that will play country version to Purple Rain. Are you serious?
yeah, of course.
There's a country.
He lives in Texas. He lives in Texas, so
I don't know these things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know these things. I really don't.
Yeah.
Brian
Brian lives in Texas, so he knows those
stuff.
things.
Well, he knows his stuff. I'm just curious.
And
though.
he knows his stuff.
He does know. Which, by the way, Brian, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support wholeheartedly. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we have a lot of great
That's
stuff coming
right.
your way very soon. What advice would you give to the aspiring actors out there in the world?
Oof.
Yeah.
Find another trade that you can actually invest in as well. Always have to have a backup. You got to have a backup and make your own projects. Make your own projects. Don't wait on somebody to give you a job.
Nope.
That's what I would say.
Valid point. All
Yeah.
valid points, by the way, just
Yeah.
so everybody's aware.
Do not wait on somebody else to give you a job.
Mm.
Create it and be good. You know, it's like train, because acting is not just, you know, there's a lot of bad acting out there. I mean, half the time I looked at my stuff and I'm like, oh God, I'm not even, you know, and I took all of my stuff into my acting coach. I had the same acting coach for 14 years. And, you know, he passed away a couple of years ago. God rest his soul, Rick Walters. Man, that guy was great. He was 94 when he passed.
Oh my
and
God.
he taught up until the day he died.
That's a long run.
That was like, he was passionate about teaching actors how to, you know, relate to the content that they were delivering. And it's about being able to relate that content. It's not just spewing lines. It's what do they mean? It's like making it a conversation, because that's ultimately, at the end of the day, two characters having a conversation. You know, that's what it is.
That's very
Or
true.
multiple characters having conversations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's very true. Very true. Brian, you're being overly supportive of everybody in this room. He also goes on to say, yep, and network.
Network. Yeah.
That's huge. Huge.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
like so many of my jobs were, you know, then my early jobs that I got were because my brother was a production, you know, worked in the production offices. He was always a production coordinator on some show. Like I got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because he took my picture, and the casting walked by him every day and was like, who's that? That's my sister. Oh, the producers were like, who's that? That's my sister. Oh, we should bring her in for the show. Okay. Jake and the Fat Man, same thing. Stopper, My Mom Will Shoot, same thing. You know, those are all movies my brother worked on.
Yeah. I was gonna say, speaking of Cobra, yeah, Sylvester Stallone, same thing.
Stallone, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sly.
That's right.
You're a disease and I'm the cure. Which is a line from Cobra that we were talking about earlier on that show between Austin, who's a good friend of ours, and myself. We did that show earlier tonight. That was a lot of fun, by the way. Went on a lot of random tangents, though, Austin. We tend to do that a lot of the time.
Yes.
But it's fun, though, because we get to learn some new things we otherwise wouldn't have learned before, which, fair enough, right? Who is an actor or producer you hope to work with somewhere down the line?
Ooh, actor or producer?
Yeah, just, you know.
Ooh,
fantasy baseball, draft your team.
Let me see. Who would I love to work with? God. That's hard to like just say off the top of my head. I mean, of course, like I worked with Stallone and he was amazing. I loved working with him. I had such a blast working with him on Stopper, My Mom Will Shoot. Would love working with him again. Just because he's got a very different work ethic than most people in the industry. And I'd love to work with him again. And of course, as producer, Taylor Sheridan, I'd love to work with him because he's just brilliant on all aspects of the shows that he creates. Who else? Shonda Rhimes. If I could be on a Shonda Rhimes in Bridgerton, just for a moment, darling, just for a moment, would be fabulous. Because she's great, Shonda Rhimes. Yeah.
Interesting. Good names there. Good names. Is there a particular genre of film or television you haven't worked in yet that you would like to work in at some point, or maybe take a role in?
That I haven't worked in.
Yeah. Genre you haven't dipped your toes in, so to speak?
No.
No.
No, I've done drama.
Cover all your bases.
I've done comedy.
Yeah.
I've done action, sci-fi. If I could do anything more of, though, I would do more sci-fi. Because I love that world. That's my world. I love that world. Sci-fi. Yep.
That's fair. So hypothetically, I'm just speaking hypothetically here, but what if you got a part in Star Wars? How cool would that be?
That'd be badass.
Yeah.
That wouldn't just be cool. That would be badass.
Yeah.
What I really want to be on right now, though, is Starfleet Academy.
Oh, the Star Trek spinoff.
The new Star Trek spinoff, Starfleet Academy.
Holly Hunter.
Yes.
Holly Hunter's in that.
Would love to be on that.
In that.
Yep. Yeah, it's really good. I like it.
Which both are veteran actors. For sure. Holly Hunter's has done it all. Paul Giamatti has certainly done everything under the sun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. When was the first time I ever met Holly Hunter? Was on that TV series she did many years ago called Saving Grace.
Uh-huh.
TNT. That was one of the first times I ever saw Holly Hunter because I didn't see her in anything else before that. So I caught that show when it was on TNT. We know drama. At the
Yeah.
time, yeah, I remember those days, guys. And then she did a movie called Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. She played that senator, played the senator. So that
Huh.
that was interesting, by the way, that she played a senator. That was interesting. And then what was it? Paul Giamatti. He's done like everything. I'm trying to think. Gosh, what was the first
Yeah,
time I ever
he's done
saw
everything.
Paul? What was the first time I saw him? That's tough. I'd have to think about that because I don't. It definitely wasn't that biopic he was in many moons ago. I'm thinking of something that maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a clip from that movie Big Fat Liar he did with Frankie Muniz. I don't know. I have no idea. It could have been that, or it could have
Could
been
have been
some
that.
other.
Could have
Oh,
been.
you know what? You know what? Now I remember. It was Big Mama's House with Martin Lawrence.
Oh,
That's what it was. Big Mama's House.
okay.
Does anybody remember that? Big Mama's House. I remember that. That was fun. It was Martin Lawrence did a good job in that. I respect that. That was good.
Right.
That would be, And Nia Long is a beautiful actress. So anyway, before I get away from myself, any other special memories for you for being at conventions or signings? Any other memories stand out to you other than some of the ones you've shared earlier?
From
Yeah,
conventions
or other other events where
or
you're
other
signing
or
people,
other
things like that. Yeah, meeting the fans.
meeting the fans.
Yeah,
Meeting the
maybe just any.
fans. It's always fun, you
Yeah.
know. It's always fun.
Hmm.
Meeting the fans until you get, someone online who's a stalker, and then, yeah.
We don't approve of that.
Yeah, I've dealt with that a lot,
Oh, I'm sorry,
and
Marty.
it's just like, man, where I've had to like turn them in, you
Mm,
know,
mm,
cyber stalking,
mm.
not fun, not
No,
fun,
no, no.
you
Sorry
know.
sorry about that. By the way, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, and it's, there's just some people that just
Too much time on their hands.
too much time on their hands and think that you're the one.
Hmm. But didn't we say that back in '99? You are the one, Leo.
You are the
Anyway,
one.
sorry. That's
Neo,
that's a
you
completely
are the
separate.
one.
That's a completely separate thing. But
Yeah.
So what is it that you need other than America? Guns, lots of guns.
Lots of
Like,
guns.
okay, black trench coat, black shirt, black pants, pair of shades. Walk into
Yes.
a lobby area with with Trinity at the time. Carrie Ann
Journey and
Moss.
yeah,
That's it.
Karen Moss. Yep.
Carrie Ann Moss. And then you just blast everybody to
Guns.
pieces. And I'm thinking to myself, this must have been very complicated to film or shoot,
Hmm.
and yet they made it almost look effortless.
Yeah.
So
That's
well
a lot
done.
of time. That's a lot of time right there.
I think it's a lot of prep and choreography.
A lot of prep, a lot of choreography, a lot of time. A lot of
I don't know how they, but hey, it worked, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
one of the most widely regarded best sci-fi movies of all time. So,
Yep.
yeah, if you haven't seen The Matrix, dive in. Why don't you? Just be
Dive in.
Just be sure to take the right pill. You take this, you take that. You go
Take the
down the
red
rabbit.
pill
Take
or
this
the
one.
blue pill.
You'll wake up and you'll go back to your normal life.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Lawrence Fishburne with that deep voice. It's just kind of iconic,
Yeah.
And then as soon as he turns around, he's wearing those shades, which are very unique, by the way. At last, I'm like, people with deep voices just tend to get really good roles. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things. Some people just have that voice that's just so good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to book them for other roles. You know what I mean? It's just one of those gosh darn things. But Matrix and other things aside, I mean, gee whiz. How about what is one book that belongs on everyone's bookshelf?
Let's see. One of my favorite authors, my girlfriend down in Australia. Her name's Tracy Harding. I
Oh,
met her when I was shooting Beastmaster, and I read her books, and I was like, oh my god, she's got the most incredible imagination, and she does amazing research. And the series of books that I got from her was The Ancient Future, and the Ancient Future trilogy. And she's a phenomenal writer. She's written like 30 books. Just absolutely amazing as an author. Yeah. So gotta have the Ancient Future in your
Ancient
repertoire. It's very hard to find. Very hard to find. But yeah.
I was gonna say that's unfortunate that it's hard to find. That's a
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what, Pops? I think we may have to add that to our TBR list, brother. So,
That's right.
there is that. Who is an actor, living or dead, you would love to have a conversation with?
Ooh, living or dead. My God. To be able to pick the brain of Sean Connery would be amazing.
Oh my gosh,
It would be amazing.
he's done so much in his
Yeah.
career. A million
Yeah.
things. Sure, he's done everything.
Love to. Yeah, that would just be. Yep.
Okay, favorite Sean Connery performance.
I mean, of course, he's my favorite. He's my favorite 00.
Oh, he is your favorite James Bond.
Yes, he is.
All right.
He's my favorite James Bond.
What's your
Is
favorite?
Sean.
What's your favorite James Bond movie with Sean Connery in it?
Oh fuck.
Oh, gee.
Can I say that on camera?
Yeah, it's all right. We're past the 2-minute mark. Nobody cares.
We're past the 2-minute mark.
Way
We're
past that.
We passed
I
it.
normally keep my show.
Yikes.
Well, but to be honest with you, Marjean, I do keep my shows family friendly as possible. But then again, we all slip of the tongue
Give
sometimes.
it a beep, a beep. You know.
It's okay.
Oh my God. I don't. Man.
So many of them.
Why do you? I mean, he's my favorite, so I can't just say one of them. You know, it's like it's all of them,
It's like
right?
picking your favorite child.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
Picking one's
Exactly.
favorite child.
Just one, just
Yeah.
one. You have 10,
Well, in
but
the
you
words
can
of
only
Sean-
choose one.
True, but in the words of Sean Connery, there can be only one.
Well, there is
See what
only
I did
one
there?
Sean
See what I did
Connery.
there? I
Yeah.
am Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod, Highlander.
The Highlander.
Which
Yes.
also, coincidentally enough, we did an anniversary watch along for that earlier this year because it turned the big 4-0.
What? Oh my
Yes.
God.
You're 40 years young again, Marjean. 40 years.
Oh man.
40 years.
Oof.
40 blasted years. Anyone else feeling young yet? I
40
hope so.
years.
Well, I'm sorry, but you know what? In 2 weeks, my friends and I are going to be sitting here celebrating 40 years of Top Gun. So,
Dang.
Top Gun came out in '86.
40 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you see Top Gun in the theater?
I did.
The original? Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see it
Of course I
multiple
did.
times, or did you just see it once?
Just once.
Oh, just one. That's fine.
Just once.
It's okay.
But I've watched the most recent one
Yes.
3, 4 times. No.
Oh, Maverick.
Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one really hit me hard. Like I'm normally, like I was telling my girlfriend, I said I'm normally not a huge Tom Cruise fan. But he got me in Maverick. Like the emotional depth of that movie for his character was, it hit me hard. It was just like that, the underrated, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie called JCVD, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Heard of it, haven't seen it.
Oh my.
I've heard of it. I know what it is. I've never seen it.
It is so good. That's where I became a huge. I mean, I liked Jean-Claude's movies before, but that movie put it over the edge of me becoming a major JCVD fan.
I'm gonna have to look into this then.
Yeah, it is one of the best. It's like a documentary. It's like it's like a docudrama. It's really interesting the way in which they shot it.
Docudrama. Okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah.
That's interesting. I've heard of it over the years. I just, like I said, I haven't, what do you call it? Seen it as of yet.
Yeah.
And then Philip Miller, our good friend Philip, is in the building. He says hello to Ryan and Marjean.
Hello, Philip.
Vincent Price would have loved to. He would have loved to have met Vincent Price. And then Sean Connery, Indiana Jones, Last Crusade. Damn straight, Last Crusade. Last Crusade was the first Indiana Jones movie I ever laid my beady little eyes on because I saw everything in reverse. I'm dead serious, Marjean. I saw Last Crusade first, Raiders second, and then what was it? The more recent one, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Then I went back and watched Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Wow. Wow.
Is that your favorite of the Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom? Which one's your favorite? Is it Raiders?
I like the first one. Raiders. I really liked the first one.
Raiders.
It's like just jumping into that world, at that point in time with Harrison Ford. I mean, I just love that first one.
That's fair. It's a good movie.
I like the original of a lot of stuff.
Which
you know what I mean?
Completely
because
fair. Raiders sent the benchmark. So
Yeah, it just sets. Yeah,
sets the
exactly.
standard. Sets the standard. It's a pillar, right? It's a pillar.
Yes, totally, totally.
Fun fact: I saw Terminator 2: Judgment Day before I saw the original Terminator from '84, and I saw the Terminator when I was in college. We had a movie club at the time, and we watched in one of those big lecture halls that you have on campus. And that was the first time I ever saw the Terminator from 1984. My eyes were bulging out of their own itty bitty little sockets. My jaw was on the floor for
On the floor.
Here's the truth: my jaw was on the floor for 6 consecutive weeks. And then I went to a mom and pop store the very next day, and I bought the Terminator on Blu-ray for $5.
Yeah.
$5.
$5 no holla.
Yeah, and then a few years later, when I was, once again, I was continuing to go to conventions at this time, I met Kyle Reese himself, Michael Biehn.
Oh, yeah.
And I looked him in the eye and I said, Michael, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think The Terminator is a far superior film to Terminator 2: Judgment Day. With all due respect. And I also said to him, hey, Michael, just tell me one little thing, just one little secret. What was it like filming the tech noir scene? And he says, well, when you're 26 years old and you're holding a shotgun in the middle of the night,
yes,
it's you tend to have fun on those kinds of nights. And I'm like, damn right, son. Like, yes,
yep.
because the tech noir scene is my favorite scene. So
yeah,
it's brilliant. It's brilliant filmmaking, and James Cameron was the man at the time.
Yeah,
he was the man.
He was the man.
Yeah, that's why the Terminator is in my top 10, by the way. Terminators are my top 10. Terminator is in my top 10.
Yeah.
So, and no one can take that away from me. Valid.
There you go. They can't. They can't.
No, Philip has a controversial opinion. He says his favorite James Bond is Roger Moore.
Sir Roger Moore.
Which is my least favorite of the Bonds.
He's your least favorite? Really?
He's my -50. He's all the way down here.
Wow.
All the way down
not
here.
That bad. Come on.
No, I watched Live and Let Die. Live and let
and
I was
die.
Like,
and
I looked at the movie when it was over, and I said, # not my James Bond. Get out of here.
No way. Come on. That's like.
I don't like it. I didn't like it. Listen,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't.
It's like a kid with peas.
Honestly,
I don't like it.
Like you. I don't like it. So I don't like it. So it's just one of those ordeals, right? Because what was it? Who was? Oh gosh, what was her name? She played Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Gosh darn it.
Jane Seymour.
Yes. So she played Solitaire.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, she's in this movie with Roger Moore. That's cool. Her scene, although it's limited screen time, is fine. But then once the movie just keeps on going, I'm thinking, this is not James Bond at all. So in the words of the hotels, I checked out. So it just, in the words of Randy Jackson, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no.
Oh,
it's a fat no. It's just not happening. By the way, Brian Perry says, I got a need for speed, referring to Top Gun. Then he says,
there you go.
Loggins had 2 hits were from Top Gun and Footloose. Yes.
Top Gun and Footloose, yeah.
And I love those soundtracks because if it weren't for Footloose, I wouldn't know what is Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie.
That's right. Holding out for a hero to the end of the night. Yes. He's got to be strong. He's got to be. Yeah.
True. That's very true. That's an iconic song within itself. Good God. What's Sophie asking here? Sophie says, what's your opinion of The Crow, the original one with Brandon Lee? I think that movie's good.
Yeah, hands down.
Brandon Lee,
hands down. Yep.
I'm sorry about what happened to him.
Exactly.
But it's still a solid movie, and his legacy will forever live.
Such a great movie.
I think it's underrated to a degree, don't you think?
Yep.
It's been underrated. Anyone else think that way?
Well, and I think what happened was, because of what happened to him, it just
sadly.
Yeah, it just everything got lost in.
Very sad.
You know what I mean? Because of the incident and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a good movie though.
Amazing movie.
I met James O'Barr, the writer of the comic, at a Comic-Con. He signed my Crow Blu-ray. So that was nice of him. I appreciate it. And we got a selfie together, which was nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then Brian Perry brings up Michael Bihn's role in Tombstone. Johnny Ringo. You look like somebody just walked over your grave. Sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it.
I like Michael Biehn.
Fight's not with you, Holiday. I beg to differ, sir. Started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember? I was just fooling about. I wasn't. And this time it's legal. I'm sorry, Marjean. I can quote these.
No, that's okay. You can quote.
Very good.
It's called, and I quote.
It is
for a reason.
We just never. It's just like I say in the trailer for the movie that just came out recently. It's called Mortal Kombat for a reason.
For a reason.
Carl Urban looks into the camera and he says, "You can't just go around killing people." But it's called Mortal Kombat for a reason.
Mortal Kombat for a reason.
Yeah. It's just what.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
It's one of those.
It's just the way it is.
Things. So I've been told that you are working some incredible things that are in the pipeline. So
I
tell us,
am.
what
I
on
am.
Earth?
I am.
What on Outworld, the Earth realm, the 9 realms?
What
is
in the universe is happening?
Marjean Holden up to these days? What are you working on that you're so passionate about that you can't wait for audiences?
So right now, you can't really see it. It's in the background right here, but I'm going to pop the link in. Yeah, it's The Last Round. Mm-hmm. It's a short film about a female MMA fighter who comes out of retirement. She was coming to make a comeback, and then in her first fight back, she fractures her hand and gets TBI. The next fight is 3 months later, and it's everything that happens to her before she actually steps back into the cage, with all the conversations that she has with everybody, and she ends up ultimately walking away, and because she knows if she gets hurt again, she's pretty much done for. And she's got a 10-year-old son, or an 8-year-old son, and she can't risk it. So everybody has told her in her whole career, like, what she should do. Her manager, the publicists, everybody's like, you got to get in there and you got to do this. And she's like, you know what? You don't get to write my story. I'm going to write my story. And it's a really powerful, powerful story. So you can find that at thelast-round-film.com. You can come to our GoFundMe and check us out there, and every little bit helps. Share. We start shooting next Friday, which is the 15th. And we shoot over the weekend, next weekend, and we've got an amazing cast. We've got some UFC greats that have joined our cast: Mike Beltran and Mike Chiesa. Mike Beltran is probably the most prominent and recognizable referee in the UFC. He's the big guy. He usually has his beard braided or in ponytails. And Mike Chiesa was on one of the fight shows, and he's now a commentator. And so they're both in our film, and we've got an amazing cast and an amazing crew, and they've just all come together. It's an indie film, and we're going to take it to the festivals starting in the fall, and it's a proof of concept to work into a television series, because the stories in the world of UFC, and it's such a huge world right now. Paramount just bought the UFC for like $7 billion. So it's a massive market. And my producing partner and the writer and director, Jen, who was on The Lost World, she got this idea in January and was like, would you read this short film that I wrote? And I was like, absolutely. And I read it, and I immediately got back to her, like within 20 minutes I read it. And I said, girl, this is it. Like, this is great. Like, how can I support you? And she was like, do you want to produce? And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but let's do it. So yeah, but you can find us or you can find me on Instagram under Marjean Holden. All of my handles are Marjean Holden. They're all Marjean Holden. Instagram, Facebook, my Facebook fan page, Marjean Holden fans. I'm on X at Marjean Holden, but I never go on there. So you can find me on TikTok. It's like Warrior Goddess 777. But it's all under my name, and all of thelast-round-film.com. And you can find us The Last Round Short Film on Instagram. So yeah, that's what's going on. It's going to be awesome. We're super excited about it.
Let them fight. Anyway,
that's right.
Yeah, round one.
Taking the fight.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Into the ring.
I don't know if this is a possibility.
There, I just put that in the chat for you. So I don't know where it can go.
Copy that thing.
I don't know where it can go now, but
no. Drop it like it's hot in our comments section.
Drop it like it's hot over there in the comments. Yeah, come check us out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds incredible. Sounds great. I don't know if this is a possibility or not because of the rights issues and everything. But if I do hear a hint of "You're the best around, nothing in the world can keep you down," if we just get a little bit of a hint of the '80s magic that Karate Kid,
Karate.
Miyagi, if you
That's
drop
right.
that in there as part of the track, I would
Wax
lose my.
on,
Excuse me for saying this, but I would
wax
lose my
off.
shit. Yeah, I would lose my mind if you dropped "You're the best around, nothing in this world can keep it," because it's a good emotional fight song. It is.
Yeah.
With all due respect,
No, but we
Brian
do
Ferry's
have really good emotional fight songs.
That's well, that's good.
Yes.
That I was gonna say
We
that
do.
helps. To a degree. I'm just curious though, where did this wonderful nickname Warrior Goddess come into play? How did that happen?
So the Warrior Goddess came about because when I left the film industry in 2005, I started working in the personal development world. And in 2009, 2010, started leading a course called Enlightened Warrior Training Camp. And I was teaching this camp, and it's all about your personal power and your confidence, and became the warrior goddess. Like, I became the warrior goddess. I was the one that was like taking thousands and thousands of people around the world through this course, personal development, written by T. Harbecker. And I just, you know, became the warrior goddess from, you know, being strong, but being feminine, and taking people through these processes where they got to test their limits and overcome their fears. And yeah, and it's just always stuck. And it's like, yep, she's the warrior goddess. That's just who she is. That's how people know me around the world in the personal development world. That's the warrior goddess right there. You know, and a lot of my roles are just kind of like, you know, if you look at Arena, she's kind of a warrior goddess herself, you know. So
I was gonna say it kind of makes sense, and in you know, to put it
Yeah.
In a bit of a family-friendly phrase, you're a badass mamma jamma. So that's
thank you.
yeah. I mean, that's my
you.
family-friendly way of saying it, because otherwise I
Yes.
drop that Pulp Fiction line on everybody.
You a
But
bad man, Gemma.
yeah, that exactly. Yeah, that Sam Jackson says.
That's
as,
right.
Jules in Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
which there's so many
Yeah.
quotable liners in that one. I mean, I was just watching it about a week ago on streaming. It was fun. That was a nice little trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
Because that was some good stuff. Well, that's that. By
Good
the way,
stuff.
this all
Thank you.
sounds wonderful. The project you're putting together sounds you and your team are putting together sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, Warrior Goddess is a really cool nickname.
Cool little
for
handle.
for yourself, and not to make this any more challenging for you, but I'm just curious though, if you have not the favorite, but just one of what is one of your favorite motivational quotes or words or phrases that you've heard over the years?
Oh, let's see. There's a few that we used to use, like "just frickin' do it." You know, there is, you know, and then I quoted, you know, part of how I taught on stage was I quoted,
Yeah.
"Do or do not do. There is no try." Who's that?
That would be Master Yoda from Empire
Yes,
Strikes Back.
absolutely. Because when you think about it, like, there's no trying anything. You know, you can sample something, you know, but you don't try to give somebody something. You either give it to them or you don't give it to them, right? And I always used to use this example. I was like, try to take this pen from me. And someone would just take it. And I'm like, no, I said, try to take it. Don't take it. Try to take it. See, there is no try. There's just do or do not. And it's like, and if you don't do it, it's like, hey, I did my best. Simple, right? So that's always been that. And, you know, just freaking do it. Just freaking do it. Because your mind will talk you out of doing a lot of things. Because your mind and your primal brain is only there to keep you safe. So we're in our comfort zones a lot of the time in life. And then when people get scared, they're like, oh, I can't do that, because they start the stories of what if. And most of those stories never, ever happen. The what ifs never come to fruition. So it's like overriding that system is like, and being able to say, oh, thank you for sharing, to that little voice in your head that says, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. If you might die if you do that, you know, because the primal brain is only there to keep you safe. So I spent, you know, almost 20 years helping people override that system, because in our courses, there was nothing that was inherently dangerous. And we knew that, but their minds would make it up to be like, oh my God, this is the most dangerous thing I've ever done. It's like, but it's not, you know, at all. It's just, but the mind likes to play those tricks. And then what would happen is like, Well, we're going to teach you how to celebrate when you do overcome one of those things. And after you've overcome that thing, then the mind's like, oh yeah, it was no big deal. You know, so it's like this like, oh my, you might die, and then it's like, oh, it's no big deal. So it like your mind tries to take that win and that steal that win away from you, when it's like, no, that was a big thing that you just did. Don't let your mind take it away. You know, celebrate that thing that you just did that you weren't gonna do, right? Because you were absolutely sure that your mind had convinced you that you were gonna die. You know.
Among other things, yes.
Yes, among other things. Yes. What if?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. No, you bring up some good points. This is something myself and some friends of mine that I talk with. We have a Discord together. We're in a writer's Discord because I'm actually part-time. You know, once in a blue moon, I'll write something, and I am to a certain degree, I am a writer because last year I toyed with the idea. I wrote a story. I submitted it because they were looking for submissions for this Western anthology at the time. And I said, hey, you know, I toyed with writing 5 years ago when we were in lockdown, and I finished the story. I finished it. It's done. It's ready to go.
Nice.
But it ends on a cliffhanger, and I can't really give somebody a story that doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end because all stories are based around a 3-act structure.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, you guys are looking for Westerns. I like Westerns. The first thing I ever wrote 5 years prior to this was, in fact, a Western. So let me sit down. Let me put something on
bang
paper.
it out. Yep.
Let's see where this goes. And I wrote this, what do you call it, short story. And I submitted it to the executives at Veritas Entertainment, which, by the way, great team of guys over there. Nate, Luke, Casey Morgan, fantastic guys. They live in the state of Pennsylvania. And they said, hey, your story made it through the first round. We still got a couple more submissions. We got to flip through all of this. We got to make our decision, blah, blah, blah. A couple weeks later, I get an email from, I think it was Luke at the time, right? Luke, I think it was you. And you said, congratulations, your story is going to be a part of this Western anthology. I'm like, what the
nice.
frack? I said, how can a 37, like, honestly, and this is the honest truth, and I'm not just tooting my own horn here. How can a 37, 38-year-old autistic adult who has a lot of trouble, not verbalizing, but I have a lot of trouble putting my thoughts down on paper as an autistic adult. People with autism are very good about expressing themselves verbally, but sometimes we have a difficulty with putting stuff down on paper.
Right.
So the fact that I was able to sit down, have an idea for what is known as a Western short story, just a simple Western, like a horror Western. A Western short story, bang it out, send it in, get published in the same spot, along with 15 other writers in that anthology. So it's me and 15 other guys, or 15 other writers, excuse me. And now it's available on ebook, paperback, and hardcover, and it's been available for almost a year. And I've gotten messages from close family members, close friends of mine who are also indie writers, by the way. They're indie writers. I said, hey, you know, I wrote this story. It got published, this, that, and the other. Here's the link if you're interested, because not everybody's into Westerns, and that's fine. It's
right.
Genre.
Right.
And they bought copies, and I got text messages of them holding up the book saying, hey, man, I got the book. I got it right here. I'm going to read a short story tonight. And then I got feedback soon after saying, hey, this was really good. I liked what I read. I think you're doing a good job. I think you need to keep doing this. And then I got this is the most random thing in the world. This is honest truth. I got a Facebook message many months later after it came out. And there was a random dude who said, hey, I just want to let you know that I read your short story, Wolf of the West. And the fact that you're able to drop your audience in the midst of the action, like right in the middle of the story,
right,
first or whatever it was, I thought that was really well done. Like, really well done. So good job. And I was like, I don't know this person, but they're taking the time out of their day to say your story that you wrote, that's packed with other stories and other writers, by the way, it's not just me, is a really good story, and I like what you're doing. I think you need to think about keep doing this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, I if you had told me, it's one of those, hindsight is 20/20. If you had told me 20 years ago that I would be a published author, published author who loves podcasts, and I'll do it to the day I die, but is also autistic, and I have some difficulties here and there, even though I've matured and grown out of a lot of things over the years, and I've learned some new things over the years too. It's like the fact that if you had told me this 20 years ago, I would have said you were nuts. And now I can say, yes,
right,
not only a podcaster, I'm a published author. And someone said to me, my best friend, Grayson, who actually lives right between the Texas and what's it called? Texarkana?
Oh, Texarkana?
Yes,
Texarkana?
Yes.
Texarkana, Texas.
So he and his lovely family live on that part of the country. And he said to me, you're ahead of 99% of the people who say they want to be writers, but they never do.
Yes, but they never do it.
Never, ever, 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 ever do it.
Yep.
You took the time. You did the work. You put in the work. You got it published. You're in the history books now. You are a writer. Don't ever tell yourself that you're not a writer, because you
Right,
are.
exactly.
And I said, I don't know, man. Like, I'm seeing all these guys publish like 3-4 books a year, and I'm not nearly at that. It's like, no. Forget about the imposter syndrome. Don't compare yourself to others. Who cares? Who cares? Who absolutely cares? Focus on what you're doing, and your writing will come. You know what I'm saying? And I said,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you're right. I gotta stop beating myself up, because like you said, it's our mind playing tricks on us.
Totally.
I hate comparing myself to other people, but sometimes I just find myself doing it.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, or what is it called? Unconsciously, whatever it is.
Yep.
But I got friends of mine in this Discord that I'm in this writers Discord with, and they're like, dude, stop doing this to yourself. Stop doing this to yourself. You're in the game. You've played the game. You're doing well. You're kicking tail. You're taking names. If you write a book this year, great. If you don't, there's always tomorrow. There's always next year. Even though our friend Apollo Creed likes to say, there is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. Yeah,
That's
which,
right.
by the way, Rocky 3 is my favorite of the
Yeah.
originals. Not counting the sequels that came after, but I'm just saying, like, Rocky 3 is my favorite of the original trilogy. And then when the other ones came out, Rocky Balboa, Rocky 6, oh my gosh, does that film hit you hard?
Yeah, I like Creed
good.
too.
The Creed is great.
We could talk all night. Yeah.
My friend and I were talking about Creed. We said Creed 2 is our favorite, though, of
Yep.
that Creed trilogy. I don't know how you feel about that, but Creed 2 is awesome.
Yeah, Creed 2 is amazing.
Facts.
I love it.
Yeah, no, what you're doing is incredible. What you said
Thank
to us,
you.
the audience members,
Yes.
is incredible. And everybody who's been here since the beginning of this.
Yes, thank you.
Good
I
Lord.
see you over there.
I see everybody over
Yes.
here. What is it?
Yeah.
Brian Perry says there's no repercussions when you take something, but there is when you try, which is when you tend to fear it. There you go.
Yeah.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that count. Winston Churchill said
That's
that?
right.
Damn. Winston Churchill was one smart motherfucker. That's right.
That's right.
Right, that's a Jules line. And then he goes on to say Dr. Devin Price, Unmasking Autism,
Unmasking.
is a great book. Right? Yeah. I think I have that on my Amazon wish list there, Philip. Thanks for informing me of that. That's a
There you
good
go.
one. If anyone's interested in learning more about, autism as a whole, or the autism spectrum is a very wide thing.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been an honor and a privilege.
Wait, thank you. It's been so much fun.
Having Marjean Holden is here. Like she said, we could talk all night, honey, but some of us have to work in the morning. So I'll tell you what. Well, I don't have to work. I'm off on the weekends for my 9 to 5
Some of us
job.
should be working right now.
Technically,
I'm in production, so
you
I'm
are in
like,
production.
we never stop. We're lucky. It's like if my director gets any sleep, she's lucky because she wakes up and is like, bing, this. She's been an actress pretty much her whole life, for over 40 years. So it's like, oh, we've got to do this, and then we got to do this, and then we got to do that. And it's like, yes. Slackers. Whatever, Brian.
We are not in any way, shape, or form, because I work 2 jobs, son. I'm working.
That's
I'm
right.
working-
Oh,
I got-
wait. No. You
yeah.
were talking about you were actually making a quote. I see. You're wanting us to go watch the movie Slackers.
No. Back to the Future.
Yeah, and or Back to the Future.
Because he says
Got
you're
it.
a slacker,
But
McFly. which is Marty McFly from
McFly.
Back
You're
to
a
the
slacker,
Future.
McFly.
Which, by the way, I had the pleasure of meeting James Tolkien before he passed away.
Oh, wow.
At a Comic-Con last year, and there's video of him actually looking at me and pointing at me and calling me a slacker.
There you go.
And then he signed the 8 by
Oh.
10 that I got at his booth to Ryan. Slacker.
Wow.
James Tolkien.
Slacker.
Like, I'm not, but if you want to call me that, that's fine.
That's
fine,
fine, right?
I mean, it's James Tolkien. It's Back to the Future is one of the greatest movies / trilogies of all time, and Top Gun turns 40, and he's also in that. So,
Man,
he's the one who says you're the one who's
That's so crazy.
You're right. Your ego's writing checks. Your body can't cash.
man.
Among other things. I'm just saying. Among other
Well, we'll do this again when Mortal Kombat turns 30. I'll bring some of my friends, and we'll do all of us.
Yes.
We'll
Yes.
do it.
Whether
Yeah.
it's here
Pops,
or the
you
Madness,
hear
doesn't
that?
matter.
We'll do that too. On anything
30th
on the madness.
anniversary
We'll
is
get a
next
bunch of us
year.
together.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation does turn 30 next year. It's a fun
Yes.
fact. So yeah, Marjean, you are an angel. You're a wonderful human being.
Thank
I'm
you.
being honest to God here. You're a wonderful person inside and out. But just as a healthy
you.
reminder for everybody out there, if they want to know more about you, where is that special place they can follow you on social media to keep
Special
up to
place
date
on social.
with
Yes.
that project of yours?
Yeah, special places. You can find me on Instagram, Marjean Holden. You can find me on Facebook, Marjean Holden Fans. You can find us at thelastraundfilm.com. That's thelastraundfilm.com. You can find us The Last Round Short Film on Instagram. And where else? You can find me on TikTok. Warrior Goddess 777 on TikTok. And I'm very new over there. Yeah, go bump up my my base over there. I don't have any followers. I mean, I'm on YouTube as well. You can follow me on YouTube, but there's hardly any posting over there. So Facebook is where it's at. Instagram, do a lot on Instagram. So yes, that's where you can find us. And GoFundMe.com. And go look for The Last Round. And please, please, please help us out. We need finishing funds. We need all kinds of, any little bit helps in the indie film world, because making movies on an independent scale is kind of expensive. It is. So, yeah, go help us out. Go contribute to our campaign. GoFundMe. The Last Round film. Right on. And that's it. That's all I got for you.
It's all good. Absolutely, my dear. Do me a favor. Stick around. Feel free to grab some treats and some non-existent coffee in that non-existent green room we got back there. Believe me, it's all in the house, honey. It's all good. My name is Ryan of And I Quote Channel. Follow me across all forms, social media. Make it simple. At And I Quote Channel. Links are in the description. They are located in the video description down below. Also, the links where you can follow Marjean Holden's project are located in the comment section of this video. So make sure you check that out. And also, her other social media links are located within the description of this video. So do yourself a favor. Support those who support you. Support us. We're having a little blast here. We love doing what we do. It's always fun. And if you want to check out my short story, it's called Wolf of the West, which is published by Veritas Entertainment as a part of their Western Tales Volume 1 anthology series, which is available on Amazon in ebook, paperback, and hardcover. If you're a fan of the genre or you want to introduce a friend or a family member to the genre of the Western, do yourself a favor. Saddle up. Get on it. Just get on it. Also, the Shadow Council is going to drop our last episode of the season on Saturday, May the 9th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, where we talk about Maul Shadow Lord. Boys, are a lot to unpack with that two-part finale on Disney+. Hashtag not sponsor. It was very extreme. Very, very extreme. But we'll talk more about that sooner rather than later. And help us reach 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring the bell to be notified when the videos go up or they go live. Remember, life is better when supporting indie creators from all over the world. Take a look.
I've been a superhero for a long time. It used to be so simple. You catch the bad guys, do the right thing, save the world. Then I met Aiden, and things got complicated.
Iris recruited me as a kid and turned me into their own personal weapon. I couldn't see any way out until I met Marty. But now we're going to burn their entire organization down if we can.
Forces of Nature, books 1 and 2, Scorcher and Thin Ice are available now wherever books are sold online. See www.kellygentner.com.
All right, I'm a little tired, I'm a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation.